Hello, this is Paula Anderson, and I want to welcome you to another episode of my podcast, Emerging Enterprise Entrepreneurs. I want you to do one thing before we get started with this topic. I want you to subscribe to my channel. I would like for you to share it with your friends, with your family, and with your business colleagues because we're going to be providing great content about entrepreneurship. So, this topic for this episode is Black entrepreneurship. Now, we know that there have been a lot of changes that have taken place over the last 6 months as relates to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And Black-owned businesses have always struggled with the notion of being able to stand out against majority white-owned businesses. So one of the things that we want to talk about is what is going to be the lasting impact of Black entrepreneurship with this current political climate. So we think about how do Black business owners get started? So most Black businesses, of course, they start out with an idea, they start out with a side hustle, and then they try to scale their business. So I'm going to give you my own personal journey as a Black entrepreneur and what has happened to me over the last 6 years. So I started two businesses out of an incubator, Writing by Design Media, which we decided to close that business in April of 2025. And I still have my business, Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting. So this is a business where I teach individuals on leadership, communication, medical coding, behavioral health, and entrepreneurship. So we have been operating for the last year outside of the incubator. Now, what helped me to be able to sustain my business for a period of 4 years was I was inside an incubator, so I did not have any overhead space. But I decided in 2024 that I wanted to test the waters and I wanted to get some physical space, primarily because I was able to get a contract with the state institution to offer continuing education courses. Well, that contract ended in late 2024, so I had to regroup. So I decided to in my office space and just share space with another business owner until I'm able to actually get into my own physical space again. So, what have been the challenges that I have faced? So, for one, I was able to get a loan in 2021. This loan was to help me with advertising, with marketing. And while it was a great help to my business, we were still operating in a COVID pandemic, so things were still shut down. So the money that I used for this loan went toward building brand awareness and graphic design work. So now that I am in my 6 year business and I celebrate 6 years on July the 3rd, I'm still having to think about what is going to be the strategy for me moving forward. So I recently became a part of the MMBC Continuum cohort. So I'm using that as a way to get more exposure about my business locally. And then also I'm using it to build relationships. Now, I participated in a program through Black Business Boom, which was under my Writing by Design Media business back in November of 2024. And so some of the concepts that I learned in this business about that business was actually a repeat of what I had already learned from me actually studying entrepreneurship. So what are the challenges that I think that Black entrepreneurs face in this current climate? I think that they face the access to capital, which we've already talked about that, because now that we're post COVID-19, banks are still not wanting to loan money. The other challenge that they face, and this is what I believe, is not having the physical space that they need in order to scale and grow. So I know several businesses that started around the same time that I started, which was around 2016, 2017. And some of those businesses are still operating as a one person business. So one of the things that I'm trying to do as a Black entrepreneur, I'm trying to scale my business with having contractors. So these contractors will actually help me to offer classes, workshops, and things of that nature so that I can not be the only person that's actually doing the business operations. But one of the things that I think that some Black entrepreneurs need to understand is that we definitely have to pull our resources together. So we definitely have to form partnerships with one another. We cannot work independently in this climate because it's just not enough resources anymore. And one of the things that was impressed upon us as Black-owned businesses was make sure that you get your certification, get your business certified. Well, now we don't even have those certifications anymore. So all of the work that we invested in trying to get certified, trying to build those relationships with governmental entities, we can't do that anymore. So this is just one aspect of Black entrepreneurship that I have faced over the last 6 years. And while my business is not at the point where I would like it to be, there are significant challenges that Black-owned businesses face. And having the resources, and when I say resources, I'm talking about financial resources, I'm talking about social capital, and I'm also talking about human capital. So we need all three aspects of those areas in order for our businesses to grow. So I hope you enjoyed this short video on Black entrepreneurship. It was designed to give you a little bit about my personal journey. So stay tuned for more episodes from Paula Anderson Media. We're going to be featuring entrepreneurs and small business owners in the areas of construction, legal, and healthcare. So if you would like to be a guest on my show, you can email me at paulaandersonmedia@gmail.com. That's paulaandersonmedia@gmail.com. I am on LinkedIn, and the LinkedIn page is Paula Anderson Media. So make sure that you subscribe to this episode and subscribe to my channel.